but it was like, hey, what apostle would you want to meet? And he's like, oh, obviously I know. So I put up a post and it was like Clint and then a picture of Jeffrey R. And I said, if anybody knows how to get us in to see Elder Holland, and just we put it out there. And in like a day and a half, I got a call from the church office buildings.
Oh wow.
And it was like, Sister Bauer, it's like, yeah. It's like, hello, this is from, the office. They're like, you have 3 kids. And they said each one of my kids' names and ages and my spouse. And it's like, we've had calls from all over the world and we have heard them and we would love to get you in. And it was actually the week of conference.
Oh, wow.
And so I was surprised that it's like, okay, they were busy. And it was a week of conference, and we set up the date, and it was a day before Clint's birthday. And they're like, and they knew, they're like, oh, and that his birthday's the next day, correct? We're like, yeah. And they're like, okay, cool. We'll have some little treats, whatever. We're looking forward to meeting you and your family. You can bring one person to help you with a wheelchair.
Okay.
And we had the appointment. We were so excited. And we said my brother got the Willy Wonka golden ticket, because it's like, who else in your family gets to go with you guys?
There you go.
Right? And then his health took a turn and he ended up passing away the day before we were supposed to go see Jeffrey R.
Oh, my goodness.
Elder Holland. And it was, we reached out to the office, and it was the day he passed. And I remember I'm sitting on the couch. They had taken his body. Like, my family was still there. Nobody really wanted to ask me, like, yo, are we going to go to see Jeffrey R? Are you going to still go see Jeffrey R. Holland tomorrow? Like, nobody wanted to say it. And I was just sitting there, and as I spoke to earlier, later, I have learned revelation is those quiet thoughts in my mind, right?
Absolutely.
And I had heard in my thoughts just over and over, I want Kimberly to have my golden ticket, which was my sister who is not as active in a member of the church. And so as just over and over, I want Kimberly to have my golden ticket, and it was like, okay. And so a couple hours went by and one of my siblings, kind of like I heard the chatter, and I just kind of looked up from the ground and I said, hey, Kimberly, Clint wants you to have his golden ticket, and my sister just like, her mouth just opened like, are you sure? Like, because the natural choice would be my brother's wife, who, is a great, amazing, emblazoned faith holder and whatnot. And I'm just like, no. She's like, oh, okay. So she borrowed one of my dresses, and someone reached out to our contact, but Jeffrey, Elder Holland, did not know until 90 seconds before we walked in that Clint had passed away the day before. And so we walked in, and he just said, I don't know what to say, but I love you, and he reached out and just gave me like a huge hug, and I just, started to sob, and we sat down, and Wyatt at that point, my little baby, was 4. And he broke a clock on Jeffrey R. Holland's desk. He like went over and like brought a little part over, brought it over and was like,
I'll take that with me.
Yeah. Elder Holland was so gracious and kind and was like, oh, and I'm just like, mortified.
Just
like, I am so sorry.
clock.
He's like, it is okay. No problem. We can fix that, And I'm just, in that experience, I learned that, someone that's near death and going through being so close to the veil, being so close to the other side, they just have such a deep, thick spirit around them. And I was so grateful for that. And not that I guess I expected that around one of the apostles, but I know he's an incredible, amazing person. But it just was a testimony builder to me as well, that it's like, they're apostles, but they're men too. And it's not like, this miraculous experience, but he was so gracious and loving and kind. And I treasure that we were able to go in his name and in his honor. And I'm grateful for, just all the experiences that we've had. It's been messy. It's been ugly. It's been horrific. But I look at, the nonprofits and the incredible people that we have met and rubbed shoulders with. And my life wouldn't be that had I not gone through that.